18-year-old Mark Williams, the creator behind the YouTube channel Displaced. On his channel, Mark filmed urban exploration and parkour, climbing rooftops and exploring abandoned buildings across Uckfield, East Sussex, England. He was heavily inspired by creators like Storer and Ollie Law, and dreamed of growing a large YouTube following just like them. In 2019, Mark launched his first channel, RoofTube, where he began uploading videos of rooftop jumps, risky climbs, and abandoned locations. Many of his early videos featured his younger brother Ben, who often explored alongside him. Over time, however, Ben appeared less frequently, eventually leaving the channel altogether. This left Mark filming alone, something he openly struggled with, often mentioning how difficult it was to talk to a camera without anyone there. Throughout his videos, Mark frequently encountered police and security guards, sometimes running from them. He believed that chase footage would help his channel gain more attention and views. Despite the risks, Mark continued pushing forward, determined to make something of his passion. At one point, Mark spoke openly about wanting someone to explore with again. Shortly after, a viewer named Lewis Ashdown from the same town commented on one of his videos saying he was a fan and wanted to join him. Since both shared an interest in parkour and lived nearby, the two began filming together regularly. Lewis quickly became a recurring presence on the Displaced channel, and over the following months, the two grew closer. Even so, Mark continued to struggle internally. By the time he turned 18, the pressure of adulthood began weighing on him. He questioned whether continuing YouTube was realistic, especially as he had begun training for his SIA license, a qualification that could lead to stable work. In several videos, Mark admitted that while YouTube had been a childhood dream, he wasn't sure it would ever become a career. During one of Mark's live streams, Lewis, using the username Moral Unknown, encouraged him to start exploring again. He suggested they film at Buxted Park Hotel for their first video back. Just days later, they explored the location, and Mark uploaded the footage. This would be their final video together. Less than 2 months later, both Mark Williams and Lewis Ashdown went missing. On the night of May 29, 2021, Mark met Lewis at Mayersfield Recreation Ground. The plan was to drink and discuss ideas for future videos. Mark became heavily intoxicated and called his aunt, whom he lived with, telling her he was on his way home. She grew concerned when she realized how drunk he was. Lewis reassured her, promising he would get Mark home safely. He never did. The next day, both boys were reported missing. Police searched nearby woods and waterways but initially found nothing. As time passed, speculation grew that the two may have deliberately disappeared. That theory collapsed when multiple people reported seeing Lewis alive the following morning, leaving a pub and later visiting a local cinema, seemingly unaware that police were searching for him. Police soon located Lewis at a friend's house and questioned him about Mark's whereabouts. Lewis refused to cooperate. However, when officers questioned his friend, everything changed. The friend told police that Lewis had confessed to what happened. According to his statement, Lewis deliberately encouraged Mark to drink excessive amounts of alcohol, pressuring him even when Mark tried to stop. At one point, Lewis pretended to make Mark a non-alcoholic drink, but secretly added more alcohol. By around 11:30 p.m., Mark was severely intoxicated. This was when he made the call to his aunt. Moments after the call ended, Mark bent over to vomit. That's when Lewis removed a large kitchen knife from his bag and stabbed Mark in the back. Mark fell to the ground, begging Lewis to call for help. Disoriented from alcohol, he likely didn't fully understand what was happening. Lewis didn't help him. Instead, he laughed and continued stabbing Mark repeatedly. The friend also told police that Lewis had shown him a video of the killing. When police searched Lewis's phone, they discovered 7 videos, totaling nearly an hour. The footage showed Mark being stabbed 107 times, while Lewis laughed throughout. The injuries were extreme, including severe mutilation. When questioned, Lewis told police he killed Mark simply because he found him annoying and had wanted to kill him for some time, waiting only for the right moment. Lewis Ashdown was arrested that same day. He was later convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison. with a minimum of 25 years before he can be considered for release. Mark's body was eventually recovered from a nearby body of water and laid to rest. Revisiting Mark's channel now is deeply upsetting. All he wanted was a friend to explore with, someone to share his passion. Instead, that desire was exploited.